Hey, what's up, my peeps? I bet you're thinking, "Hey, long time no see. What's been up with your life?" Or not? You probably don't care. But a lot of stuff has been happening near the end of 2023. Well, the last half. Some good, some bad. I'll get to the good stuff first because I started my own business. Woohoo! And I started attending a few local art shows, trying to sell my products and getting out there and meeting fellow artists and creators. And that was really awesome. I hope to try to do it again this year when the weather warms up. And I'm also looking for art fairs that are closer to me. Other stuff that happened near the last half of 2023. This is a real life Karen for you. The police told her she has every right to. Your restraining order doesn't say that, you know, she can't. She needs to access her home, ma'am. And she kept saying the F bomb, F her, F her. And they basically said, sorry, don't ever call us out here again unless you have a real emergency. Day of the court, her court date, I go in, I have all my binders, my paperwork for the judge to see should he call on me. I didn't even have to say a word. She pretty much impaled herself on her own words and her own accusations against me. The judge said she never said this, and from your own paperwork, your own documents, which he could hardly read because she had a disorganized mess for her evidence that she had against me. He was going to throw it out, but she dropped it and then claimed that no one ever told her about mediation, blah, blah, blah. We didn't mediate. Long story short, we did not mediate. And I ended up just saying, well, if she comes back and pulls her nonsense again, I will be going back and filing another restraining order against her and just say, listen, you can't be doing this. You know, we learned how to train our emotions. Well, some of us did when we were in kindergarten. So that was like 4 months of just nonsense, negativity, and I'm glad it's over with. And then she's been gone too after her court case. She left, went out of town somewhere. I don't really care where. And it's been nice. And I didn't have to think about her. I don't have to look at her. And I'm sure she'll have some new, fresh level of hell when she comes back. But I'll be ready for it. I already know. Just don't even don't even talk. Don't even acknowledge her. Don't give her the time of day because people feed off of that. Certain people, I hate to say the word Karen, but it is those kind of people feed off of negativity. So, no, we're not doing that. We're going to call the police, proper authorities, have them come out, let them assess it. Boom, done. You know, a lot of it, I would love to get into my sketchbook every day and draw, but depression. Depression is very alive and real. And the biggest letdown, I guess I would say, of my 2023 year was here at work. Yeah. So I'm the kind of person where I throw myself into what I consider, okay, this put aside the fun stuff, like the drawing, put that away, focus on, writing up your job description, tightening that up, working with the union representative, blah, blah, blah. So I had submitted that back in January, February 2023, submitted it to HR. I didn't hear back from anyone at HR until August. And I thought, okay, well, I heard back from them and they're going to proceed with a little interview, or they don't call it an interview, they call it, we're just going to ask you a few questions. And by a few questions, they mean we're going to interview you. And there were two questions that made me nervous. Do you train other staff? And do you work with a budget? And I honestly was like, kind of like, this is not what I prepped for. but I answered it to the best of my abilities. They come back and say, well, you're doing a great job, but unfortunately, you don't qualify for da 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 da. And that was major letdown. So, of course, I went to my manager and spoke with him. Come to find out, my manager does not know what I do. And I don't know what to tell you. What is the most disheartening thing ever? But hearing that your manager doesn't know what you do and even has the audacity to tell you what they think you do when you've been hammering into them. Separate part of my job, it's a separate workflow. Mm-mm. So, yeah, that was pretty much the source of my depression for 2023 is learning the harsh rule of the toxic relationship that is working for the state. So that was my synopsis of 2023. Let's hope that 2024 is better. One of the things though that I'm putting forward as a positive note for 2024, I want to make it a goal for myself to complete a sketchbook. This one that I had started back in 2022, if you can believe it. Remember that was the one I did my 100 dog head challenge. Yeah, it took me 3 months because work, burnouts, depression, all that fun artist stuff that we artists have to deal with. But then it's like the last half of 22, I just moved over to a bigger sketchbook and I thought, okay, I'm going to start drawing in this one now. And I don't know if that's just like do other people do that? Like, other artists do that? Do you just feel like, okay, in your mind, like you finished whatever this sketchbook has served its purpose and it's going to be on the doomed shelf of never finished? The part that has the possum on it, that is remaining pages I have to fill. And I feel like I can do it. I just don't know what. I need to practice though with more gouache. And this sketchbook, it's a Art Talents sketchbook. It can take wet media, not a whole lot. Like you don't want to drown it, but it can take some light washes and stuff. So I'm hoping to finish this little art talent. This was my first real sketchbook. Getting back into drawing, 2022, and it was a good little escape. I feel like I cheated myself out of 2023 because I just thought, okay, no fun stuff. But I feel like that probably could have helped me a lot with, pushing my art further, trying new things. And then when I got my disappointment let down, I could have been like, oh well, that's reality. Let me go back into my drawing and draw something to get out that negative emotion. What I would like to do for one of my goals for 2024 is finish a sketchbook, and I'm also trying to save money. So I kind of already broke this rule, but it was too good of a deal to pass up. It was an artist that I follow on Instagram. I think her name's Jenny Phillips. I have to look that up for you. But she was giving away, well, not giving away, but had a massively reduced sale on some of her items. And one of them was like a very cute little print with gold foil on it, which I had my eye on for a while before, but I thought, nah, what would I do with it? That sort of thing. But since she is closing her shop, she's selling her items at reduced price. So I bought one of her prints and a sticker packet because I want to see like her style of stickers, and it's research. That's what I tell myself, it's research. Anyhow, what I was planning to do for 2024 is to try not to buy new art supplies, because I already have a lot. You may have seen my first video on YouTube where I had all those sketchbooks. Well, I've been a subscriber of the Art Snacks subscription box, and they give you a lot of material there too. And I thought about canceling it because I was paying like $40-50 a month for it, but they changed it to where it's like twice a year now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that because it's feeding into my that I might see new stuff, new supplies that I've never seen before. So lately it's been kind of repeats, and I'm kind of like, but in case I use these, it's something I also kind of use, like multi-liners, fine liners. So yeah, that's a goal. All the um, materials that I bought back at the end of 2022, I would like to try to do something with those. Try to complete like a big project. I'm not really sure what, but like the Pantone cards, um, using them for something, or drawing something. I've seen a lot of people like make art on top of the Pantone card using whatever color it is, like a theme. Yeah, that's kind of a big major goal right there, because I had bought two more Art Talons sketchbooks back in December before I left for my cruise. But yeah, that doesn't really count because it was 2023, okay? But yeah, two goals: finish a sketchbook, maybe two sketchbooks, but why set the bar that high? Is finish one sketchbook and don't buy any more art supplies unless it's a drastic need for them. If I can do that, we'll see.